What up, Star Wars fans? All right, today's gonna be a good stream. I'm already feeling good. I'm feeling good. We're predicting Andor episode 6. I'm getting hyped. I'm getting hyped for the Andor show again. I know. My breakdown last week for episode 5 was kind of on the down. I was like a little down on my Andor show. I just wasn't feeling it. You know, episode 5 was high expectations. If you guys watched last week's live stream, you'll know I had very high expectations going into episode 5, thinking that they were finally going to raid this Imperial base on Aldhani, thinking that maybe even Saw Gerrera would show up, maybe we'd even see some Senate people on Coruscant like Sly Moore, and I just had some very high expectations. Then we watched episode 5, and none of that happened. So that breakdown video really kind of frustrated me a whole lot. But with all that being said, we're here again, and we got episode 6, and it's going to be a blast, right? All right. So episode 6 is a lot of the same predictions that I have as episode 5, but it's a lot more likely that all these things will happen. We didn't see the raid of the Imperial base last week. We didn't see Saw Gerrera. We didn't see a lot of Mon Mothma on Coruscant at all. We barely saw Luthen. He was in the last scene in that last episode, so I'm guessing we're going to get a whole lot more of them. With the raid on the Imperial base, it has to happen in this episode. This is episode 6. We are halfway through the show now. This is the halfway mark. So it has to happen. We got to get something going here. There has to be a roll, or they're just going to start losing fans like wildfire. If this week is another episode 5, this show might just die. They might not even release the next 6 episodes. They might just be like, never mind. I know there's a lot of you who really, really enjoy the Andor show, and myself included. I love the Andor show so far, except for that last episode. And I mean, you can have filler episodes every once in a while, but that one was a real big filler, and not at the right time. I don't think at all. Episode 4 set us up for some pretty epic things, and that was just not it. That really was not it. So, with all that being said, here's my predictions for episode 6 for the Andor show. I know I usually do a bunch of stuff and then I give you my predictions, but we're starting with the predictions. So, first of all, where did we leave off? We left off with, of course, the infiltrating of the base on Aldhani. So, Andor's with this group of rebels, and they're infiltrating this base on Aldhani to steal the payroll from the Empire so that they can't create this base on Aldhani. They want to create this way bigger base for the Empire on Aldhani, but if they steal the payroll, not only do the rebels get paid, but the base on Aldhani does not get built. So that's kind of where we're at. On Coruscant, Mon Mothma did nothing in the last episode, literally nothing. She flew around, she had an argument with her husband and her daughter, and that was it. Luthen, we got in the very last scene. Luthen's probably my favorite character in the show right now. He's awesome, but nothing. He was in the very last scene on a radio, just waiting for a call from Cassian or the rebel group. So Luthen, non-existent in the last episode. So I'm guessing we're going to get a whole lot more of him. And where we left off with the Lieutenant Marrow, the Imperial eyes and ears of the show, was really nothing either. She was just talking about how all of these things, all these attacks on Imperial bases, all these she even mentioned Kessel. She mentioned Kessel, which could have been a nod to the Solo movie, but she didn't do much either in that episode. So we spent a lot of time just talking in that episode. There was really no action at all, but it wasn't the worst. It wasn't like the worst thing ever. I'm never going to watch Andor again because that episode was so bad. It just wasn't it. It wasn't it at all. It was a filler episode, and you can have those. But episode 6 is going to be a whole lot different. For the first thing, they're definitely going to finally steal this payroll on this Imperial base and get off Aldhani. They talk about how the every 3 years on this planet, there is this event where the crystals are in the sky, and it makes it look like there's this huge meteor shower going on at all times. And that's when they have their escape. Mandalorian. It says The Mandalorian, and then on I know I've shown off this mug like almost every live stream, but it's epic, so I'm showing it off again. So yes, they're going to finally raid this base, and they're going to escape from the Empire. Now, how that's gonna go? Are all these rebels that are with Cassian going to die? That's what makes the show good. Cassian is with this all new group of characters that we've never met before, like Vel, and even all these other people that are rebels on Aldhani. We've never met them before. We've never seen them after the Andor show, meaning they can all die. There is no strings attached to these people. They don't have to survive the show, so they could all die, which makes things more interesting. You don't know how this escape from the Imperial base is going to go. You don't know how many of them are going to survive, if any of them are going to survive, except for Cassian, because we do know Cassian survives. But even main characters, and my favorite character in the show so far, Luthen, isn't in anything else. He doesn't exist in the original trilogy. He doesn't exist in the sequel trilogy. He doesn't exist in the Mando timeline. So he could die. He could die at any moment of any episode of any of this show. So that's what makes it interesting. It makes it a lot more intriguing. So who's going to die in this raid? I think a lot of the rebels might die. I think Vel will come out and probably have an argument with Cassian and with Luthen, because the mission is probably going to fail. I don't think it's going to completely fail. I think Cassian's going to come out alive, and maybe a couple of the other rebels, but I think it's going to fail in the way that they kind of maybe have to destroy the Imperial base. I don't know. I just know that it's not going to come out with everybody alive. I can guarantee you, all right, I can't guarantee you, but I can guarantee you that at least one of these rebels are going to die. And it's going to motivate the other rebels more to the cause and bring in more rebels to the cause. It's all about this rebellion cause. Am I right? Am I right? Or am I right? Of course I'm right. All right, so where we're going to be with Mon Mothma in this episode. I think finally we might actually do something with Mon Mothma. We have these clips of her in the trailers where she's dressed up and at this party on Coruscant with a bunch of other senators. So I'm really hoping we get that party, just because I want more senators, maybe even some more familiar faces from the prequels, like a Sly Moore or maybe even a freaking Palpatine, but that's getting a little out of hand. But I'm really hoping we see that party. We see more of Coruscant. Every time I see Coruscant on the screen in Andor, I'm like, yes, give me something good. In last episode, they just didn't. But before they did, they gave us Luthen's gallery. They gave us Mon Mothma's house. They just gave us some cool shots of Coruscant, and that's what gets people hyped. Now give us a cool scene on Coruscant with a party, with senators that we know, with E.T. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, E.T. is actually canon to Star Wars. Let me pull this up real quick. E.T. in Star Wars. In, I think it's episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Yeah, in The Phantom Menace, George Lucas actually just threw E.T. in there. Let me share my screen with you guys. Hang on. Oh, what the heck? What did I do? Oh, there we go. So E.T. is actually in. That was a good one. E.T. is actually in The Phantom Menace. This is E.T.'s species. So the story behind this is George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, who created E.T., are friends, of course. And E.T. was such a gigantic hit, and so was Star Wars. So in the prequels, when The Phantom Menace came around, he was like, hey, I got this whole Senate building with all these different species here, so why not just throw in E.T.? And E.T. is literally in the background. This picture that I just showed you is not... Oops, what the heck? Why is this highlighted? What is going on? No, go away. This is not the actual scene. This is the scene where it's literally like all the way in the background. You can barely even see him. So it took some digging and some whatever to find this, but we'll get to this in a second. But let's go over here to, E.T.'s in Star Wars. Oh, wait. Let me finish my predictions first. Hang on, Jesus. Getting sidetracked. All right. So, yes, Mon Mothma party. That's what we want to see. With Luthen, again. I said this last week, and I still think my prediction is spot on when I say that Luthen is going to leave Coruscant again and go find Saw Gerrera. Now, we've seen this scene. We have seen this scene in the trailers, where Luthen goes to Saw for help or whatever, asking him to join the cause. We know that Saw Gerrera has been around from the Clone Wars to Star Wars Rebels. He's everywhere. He's a rebel at heart. So he's still a rebel. So Luthen's probably either going to ask him to join his cause or something. Maybe even Cassian gets caught somewhere and they need Saw's help to get him out, which would be cool. It would be pretty cool. But it's unlikely. It's unlikely that Saw is there to help. Saw really kind of just does his own thing. We've seen him in Rogue One. He just is really doing his own thing. But I do think that this will be the episode we see him. We're halfway through the show. After this episode, we're more than halfway through the show. Episode 6. There's 12 episodes. So give me Saw. Give me Saw for at least half of the show, please. I need Saw Gerrera in my life. I need more Saw Gerrera. So those are pretty much all my major predictions. Oh, Lieutenant Marrow. So I think she's going to Ferrix. I said this last week, and I still think it's true. I think she's going to Ferrix. This is the place where Andor not grew up. He's taken from Kenari as a kid, and he grows up after he's a kid on Ferrix. The first planet we see. Actually, not the first planet we see. The planet where Bix is. Bix and Tim and all those other people. Yeah, the first couple episodes took majority place on... That's not a word. On Ferrix. Ferrix is that world where B2 is. Is it B2? Whatever. His droid. That planet. Marva. All those characters are on Ferrix. But we do have scenes in the trailer for Andor of Ferrix with clones there. Clones and more of an Imperial presence. And I think Lieutenant Marrow will be going there. So that's where I think that the Empire is going to be in the next episode. With all that being said, let's go into this. This claims, did Star Wars just tease another major Jedi cameo? So I don't think this is really much of anything. It's kind of far-fetched, but... So it talks about Cassian Andor, blah, 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 blah. Okay. The meaning behind Andor's Kyber crystal. So in episode 4, Stellan Stargard, that's just the actor who plays Luthen, gives Cassian Andor a blue and white Kyber crystal necklace as a down payment for his role in the Aldhani mission. This is the Kyber crystal in question. He talks about the regatta when he gives it to him, which is sick. While this necklace is reminiscent of the Kyber crystal necklace Jyn Erso wears in Rogue One, Luthen's crystal is notably different. So we know that Jyn Erso is the main character of Rogue One. Her dad is the one who puts the flaw in the Death Star, which allows Luke Skywalker to blow it up. But she has a Kyber crystal throughout the whole movie that is kind of significant to the whole plot. But in episode 5 of Andor titled The Axe Remembers, fans not only get a better look at the crystal, but also more information. When Skeen takes the necklace from Cassian, he tells the rest of the rebels that he is just in it, that the blue and white colored crystal is known as a Sky Kyber. Now this is where it kind of gets crazy. According to Star Wars lore, Kyber crystals are Force-attuned crystals that were used to power lightsabers and even the Death Star. Yes, the Death Star is powered by Kyber. In most cases, Kyber crystals were colorless before they were chosen by their Jedi. So they are just clear, and then whomever the Jedi is, it changes to a color based off of the Jedi himself. Like Mace Windu's is purple because that's what the Kyber crystal felt in the Force was his color. If that makes sense. I kind of just explained it terribly, but that's kind of what it is. Well, Sky Kyber appears to be a new addition to what fans know about Kyber crystals. The fact that is blue may suggest that it may have been chosen by a Jedi or even powered a lightsaber. So they're saying or suggesting here that this Kyber crystal that Andor has around his neck was already used to power a lightsaber or already chosen by a Jedi. It is curious that Lucasfilm has chosen the name of Sky Kyber, as it is similar to the Skywalker name and Ahsoka's nickname for Anakin, Sky Guy. So I think that's a little far-fetched. Sky Kyber and Sky Guy, they're not even close to each other. That's just a little far-fetched there. If this was intentional, it also is worth noting that Anakin's own lightsaber was also blue. It's not. This is not. No. This makes no sense. There's no reason that just because the crystal that Cassian has is called a Sky Kyber and it's blue, and Anakin's nickname is Sky Guy, it has nothing to it. I don't think this is anything cool. But it talks about Luthen's gallery again. In Luthen's gallery, in this last episode, you saw again a closer up look of the Sith and Jedi holocrons. A lot of people saw them in episode 4 in the background, but these are just right up in your face, where the only other time we've seen these, recently at least, is in Star Wars Rebels, when Ezra and Darth Maul open up the two Sith and Jedi why can't I think of holocron? Jeez, having a struggle today. Holocrons, and this is how Maul finds Kenobi, and Ezra kind of touches the dark side a little bit. But Luthen has one of each just right behind him. So these storage devices can only be activated through the Force, but if a Jedi holocron or Sith holocron were opened together by both a Jedi and a Sith, they would be able to answer all the questions the user wants. So that is what happens when Ezra and Darth Maul open them. They open them together, and it answers all the questions they want. For Maul, it's where's Kenobi? And for Ezra, it is a whole rabbit hole of insanity, because let's be honest, Ezra Bridger is one of the coolest characters in Star Wars. Just the way he sometimes even uses the dark side, and even he's Maul's apprentice at some points. So it's pretty cool. So Andor's Anakin Skywalker cameo. It's not a real cameo. It's just the fact that Sky Kyber kind of sounds like Sky Guy. Ridiculous, I know. But this is very cool. This has nothing to do with Cassian Andor, or the Andor show at all. But it says a new rumor has offered more indication that Lars Mickelson. Can I highlight this? Yeah, Lars Mickelson, all right, will be playing live-action Thrawn in the Disney Plus Ahsoka Tano show. So let's look at this guy right here. This is Lars Mickelson. Now, Lars, this is Thrawn, of course. This is Thrawn from Star Wars Rebels. Now, who voices Thrawn in Star Wars Rebels? Lars Mickelson. So, Thrawn's voice actor could be voicing Thrawn, or being Thrawn in live action. Now, where has this happened before? With a young lady by the name of Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan's Katie Sackhoff. Oops, that's not, whatever. Katie Sackhoff. She is the voice of Bo-Katan in the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. She was first an animated character. This is her in Rebels, and this is her in the Clone Wars. She was first introduced in the Clone Wars, then introduced in Star Wars Rebels, and now she's in live action with the actress who voiced her in Star Wars Rebels. So this is not the first time that this is happening, but it is a big deal because Lars Mickelson is a big actor, and he did such a great job with Thrawn in Star Wars Rebels. So bringing him into live action is perfect. Not to mention the fact, let me show you something pretty cool here. Lars Mickelson. Lars Mickelson's brother. You ready for this one? Is this guy right here. Look familiar? Hang on. Is this guy right here look familiar at all? Maybe. Look familiar at all? Mads Mikkelsen. Maybe he was in something Star Wars. Anybody? He plays Jyn Erso's dad in Star Wars Rogue One. He is the man who put the flaw in the Death Star to allow the rebels to win in A New Hope allows Luke Skywalker to destroy the Death Star because of Lars Mickelson's brother, Mads Mikkelsen, who plays Jyn Erso's dad, Galen Erso, in Rogue One. So he also plays what's this guy's name in Doctor Strange? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. I don't know. I don't know. But he plays that guy in Doctor Strange 2. But Doctor Strange 1, but like 2, as in also. So yeah. So his brother plays Galen Erso and created the flaw in the Death Star. But now Lars will be playing, or might be playing. It's still a rumor. I am making a full video on this as we speak. Not as we speak, actually, because I'm making this video right now. But as we speak, I'm working on a video of course, this breaking news, because it's still a rumor. It's a new rumor. It's not yet confirmed that Lars Mickelson is going to be Thrawn, but it is highly likely. So yeah. All right, let's be cool. All right, you want to see something extremely cool? I went to this local comic shop today, and I picked up something epic. I picked up 2 epic things. All right, I'll explain the first epic thing to you because it's not in my reach right now, and I don't want to get up. It's a remote for like your TV, like a remote, but it's a lightsaber. It's not this lightsaber, and this is not it, but it's like a lightsaber. But on the front of it is the buttons for a remote, like 1 through 9, play, pause, power, mute, all that stuff. And when you press each button, it makes like a lightsaber noise, like a or whatever, or like well, those aren't lightsaber noises, but it actually works on your TV. I put in the batteries and I pressed power and the TV turned on. I literally just pointed at it. It's from 1997 and somehow it still works on my new TV. Pretty epic, right? Look at this. Woo. Yeah, no. That's not it. But yeah, it controls my TV. I was like, okay, that's sick. But this thing is even cooler. Now this is from 1996. Did I just say the lightsaber was from 96? Because I think that was from 97. This is from 96. 1996, alright? You ready for this? Are you ready? I don't think you guys are ready. Get hyped, because this is cool. Alright, you ready? Ready? Are you ready? Oh. I mean, come on, this is sick. Star Wars Monopoly. Come on. It's a limited collector's edition. It contains 5 brass Imperial coins, 8 pewter Star Wars characters, tokens. Alright, I mean, come on. Ages 8 to adult. So I can just now play it. Yeah. Bet you guys didn't know that. I'm 8.5 years old. Whew. Bet you didn't know that one. 2 to 8 players. Who wants to play Monopoly with me? Who wants to play Monopoly? Should we play right now? I think we should play right now. No, I won't play right now. Because how do you play Monopoly by yourself? Doesn't make sense. But yeah, that thing's pretty cool. From 1996. 96. And it's mint. It's literally mint. Everything is in packaging still. I'll prove it. Don't believe me, I'll prove it. Don't believe me, just watch. Diddly-doo. Package. These aren't like Ziploc bags. These are legit packaged. And then you want to see the board? Alright, I'm going crazy right now. You guys want to see the board? We are completely off topic. This is predicting the Andor show. You ready? These are my predictions. Look at that. You got like, hang on, I can't see. You got like Yavin 4 base over here. Tatooine down here. Hoth, Dagobah, Coruscant, Andor, the Death Star, and Cloud City. I mean, come on. It doesn't get much better than this. Coruscant, though, really? 96? Huh, the more you know. Alright. Hang on. Let me put this away. Those are my predictions for the Cassian Andor show. I think that Monopoly will be played. Oh, let's take a second. Hang on, everybody. Let's take a second to let's talk about the fact that there was the blue milk in the last episode. I didn't put this in my breakdown. I didn't want to draw any attention to it because that character is really pissing me off. Srill or whatever his name is. Why is he even in the show? For real, what's his point anymore? He did his purpose. He's done his time. Why is he here? Why is he in the show at all? Literally, the last episode, we spent so much time with him and his mom just roasted him the entire time. Literally, it was just like, you need a job. Your uncle says you suck. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? What's going on? What is going on? And let's be honest. What is he doing in this show anymore? Why? What is the need for this guy? He's the worst. I hate him. I hate him. We hate him. Do you guys hate him as much as I do? What happened? Oh, I just opened something. Hang on. Okay. Do you guys hate him as much as I do? Because I honestly hate him with like a burning passion. Okay. But yes, he has the blue milk with a cereal. And what do? Star Wars tried to sell this cereal. Like I saw an ad for it on Instagram where they created a commercial. And like, why do they want to sell this? Like, all right, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up right now. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Pull it up. Star Wars cereal, I guess. Cereal from Andor. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Are you? Yeah. Okay. You guys ready for something really stupid? You want to see something stupid? Yes, it wasn't even cereal. They turned it into bars, like Rice Krispie treats. What is this? What has this come to? This was like, all right, let's talk about this. How pointless were all of the scenes between Swill and his mom? Like, literally, she just sits there and roasts his whole life the entire time, and it's funny, and I love it. I love it. But what is the point? What is the actual point? Because he's just sitting here drinking blue milk in his cereal. And, hello there. I don't like sand. Thanks. Okay, so, with that being said, hang on 1 second. Hello there, I don't like sand. Can I? Oh, I have to sign in to chat? I can't chat with you guys? This is stupid. Wait, that's a real thing? Yes. All right, look at this thing. I'll pull it up. Hang on. Let me pull it up again. So, Disney is literally trying to sell these. They were like, you see this scene that's completely pointless between him and his mom, and where his mom just roasts him? Yeah, he's eating cereal with blue milk, which, of course, is noticeable because the blue milk is a giant meme. But then they went and advertised these cereal bars. It's like, what are they doing right now with this Andor show? Like, for real, what's going on? Because if this is, like, legit what they're going to do with the Andor show, it's not good. Episode 5 was the worst episode, in my opinion, so far. And not that it was bad. It was a filler episode. I liked the show so far. But what are they doing? What are they doing? What is going on? When you know to... Okay. Yeah, so let's go buy a bunch of this cereal. Hang on, let me see if it's up for sale. Cyril cereal bars. Is that how you say his name? Cyril? Or is it cereal? Is it cereal bars? Cereal bars for sale. Let's see it. On StarWars.com. Let's see. Oh, it tells you how to make them. Yo, look at this. Look at this. This is sick. Or it's not sick. It's very stupid. But look. Shrill cereal bars. Whoa, didn't mean to highlight all that. But the ingredients. It tells you how to make it. It gives you step-by-step instructions on how to make. Alright, guys. I will guarantee it to you, that I will be eating those bars in our next live stream next week. I'll do it. I'll actually do it. I'll cook these things up. Make them however you do. And I'll be eating them on the next live stream. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I'll do it. Yes, great idea. Great idea. Derpy Gaming says, let's buy them and book tickets to Disney World and then try and sell them at the parks. I think that's a fantastic idea. I think we should just so you can't buy them. You have to make them yourselves. You got the ingredients. You got to make them yourselves. So I think we should just make them up, make them all real nice, make a huge portion of them, like not this big but a lot bigger, and then go to Disney World and sell them. It sounds like a great idea. I'll buy all the ingredients. I'll buy all the tickets. We're going to Disney World and we're selling some cereal bars. All right, the worst character to ever exist in Star Wars. Yep, I said it. Worse than Rose Tico to ever exist in Star Wars, and we're making his bars. It was cereal bars. Literally, they took one character. This one character that everybody hates, right? Everybody hates him. We know it. We know everybody hates him. Nobody's buying that. True. It's true. Nobody's buying that. But they took this one character that everybody hates, and they said, let's make a cereal bar with him. Let's do it. Why not? People are going to love it. It seems like Lucasfilm just has zero touch with. They're not in touch with their fan base at all. They don't know what's going on. It just seems like they have no idea what's going on. They had a huge hit with The Mandalorian. They had a huge hit with The Mandalorian Season 2. And what did? They took an entire 2 years off of The Mandalorian. Their biggest hit show, they took 2 years off. It's like they're not in touch. They don't have a grasp on any of the fan base. But you still got fans like me sitting here spewing all about this crazy stuff, and you got people like Derpy Gaming who think it's a genius idea to make all these and go down to Disney World and sell them because it's funny. It's literally funny. It's got to the point where this is just comical. What is Lucasfilm doing? Rose Tico swears. I can't argue with that. That is a fact. As much as I don't like this guy, Rose Tico is definitely worse. So what is going on? What is going on? I'm really hoping episode 6 is a banger. I want it to get back on track. This show has so much left, so much to offer because it was good. It was a good start. Derpy Gaming, what do you think? What did you think of the start of the Andor show? Because let's be honest, it was pretty good, if I do say so myself. Episode 1 through 3 was pretty solid. Episode 4 was a banger, and episode 5 was just a filler. You know, it wasn't. It don't take it too hard. It was just a filler. Episode 6 is the halfway point. So I gave you my predictions. I said what I said, and I'll say it again, where I hope that episode 6 is a banger. And I hope that this show gets back on track because, yes, we got a filler episode, but filler episodes come and they go, you know? So hopefully we don't get worse characters than Rose Tico, you know? Because it's not good for the viewers. It's just not good. It's not good. All right, dude. Let's check out the. Do we have any other news? We got any other news today? Did you guys watch the Super Mario Bros. Trailer? What do we think of Chris Pratt's voice? All right, no, that's another time. We got Star Wars just posted 3 hours ago. No, that's lame. Any new news? Nobody. Like, they do stupid stuff like this. Do you know the breakfast of Cyril Carnes enjoys with blue milk is called Crunchies? They're called Crunchies? I thought they were called cereal bars. Now they can't even make up their mind. Are they called Crunchies or are they called cereal bars? 1 to 3, over 9,000. 4 to 5, pretty good, but not over 9,000. Okay. Good to know. And the Mario movie looks awesome. What did you think of Chris Pratt's voice? What did you think of Chris Pratt's voice as Mario? Because let's be honest, it wasn't good. It's just not it's a me, Mario. That's what Mario sounds like. He doesn't sound like that at all. But whatever. Did you know that his? All right, let me pull this up for you guys to see. Boom, boom. Oops. What happened? I just completely lost it. Did you guys see this? The Mando is at Galaxy's Edge. Should we bring him some cereal bars? Look at Grogu wants some cereal bars. You know Grogu wants the cereal bars. Boba Fett and Fennec Shand are also there. Pretty cool. I haven't been to Galaxy's Edge. Sad days. Kylo Ren. Is that supposed to be Rey? I mean, you've already done the character to death. Might as well just make her look stupid at Galaxy's Edge. It was okay. Yeah. Told you. Wasn't that good. Alright. Dude, what? Is this Kang? Is this Kang the Conqueror? They're in trouble. You see Blade got delayed? Alright, this is Star Wars. Hang on. I know. What happened to this thing over here? I had Star Wars come back. Star Wars. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. So did you know that his favorite thing with blue milk is called Crunchies? Yeah, Crunchies! Explore more of Episode 5 of Andor in its new episode guide featuring trivia, galleries, and more. Should we click on it? Do we even dare click on this? Explore more of Episode 5. Do we want to do that? Do we want to explore more of Episode 5? Come on. So here we go. I need to debate this. Which is worse? Which is worse what? Which is worse what? Which is worse of what? Shrill or Rose Tico? Should we pull it up? Should we pull it? Should we pull it? Alright, you get back to me on that. Should we click on this? I'm clicking on it. You know what? We're clicking on it. Explore more. Alright. Let's not even get into Mon Mothma's daughter. Are you serious? What is the point? Posters? Posters are kind of cool. Should we look at the posters? Let's look at the posters. This is Vel. She's pretty good. This is Lieutenant Marrow. She's pretty swaggy. And this is Bix. You think Bix is coming back? Let's be honest. Is Bix coming back? Is Bix returning? Sequel fans or fake Baby Yoda fans? Oh, that's great. That's great. I mean, if you're calling him Baby Yoda still at this point, you're a fake Baby Yoda fan. But I honestly... Oh, then we got Marva. Are these all the posters? Oh, look, it's our favorite character. Yo! Should I make t-shirts that are just this guy's face and say, the greatest Star Wars character of all time? Would you guys buy that? I'd buy that. Mon Mothma. Oh, if you guys missed it, this was Cassian Andor, the main character of the show. Mon Mothma. Luthen. Oops, we just skipped Luthen. Luthen with the hood on. Looking like a Sith Lord. Luthen Sith Lord confirmed. Luthen is a Sith Lord confirmed. And to answer your question, Derby Gaming, it's sequel fans. Andor poster. This poster is actually really cool. I like it a lot. Still no Saw Gerrera though. That was my prediction for this week. Saw Gerrera's coming. Did anybody actually go see this in the IMAX? Did anybody actually go see this in the IMAX? Please inform me. Did you see Rogue One in the IMAX? They literally just told us maybe once. They were like, oh, Rogue One's coming back. See it or don't. We don't really care. This is another cool poster. I don't like that poster one bit, but that's all. So yeah. Did anybody actually see that? Yeah. Let's see. Should we learn more about Mon Mothma's daughter that hates her? No, I don't want to. Like, last episode just made me not want to learn more about those characters. Like, should we make a pumpkin? Should we make a pumpkin? Okay. Like, episode 5, they chose to do all this stuff for. Like, that was the worst episode. Worst one yet. What are they doing? They have zero grasp. Zero grasp. It's pretty much tied because their result is the same. Stupidity, knowledge, knowing who shot first. It's true. It's true. Alright, do you guys know who shot first? In the comments. Who shot first? Who shot first? If you're wrong, you just get yourself out of here. I don't want to see your face anymore. Go find another place to get your Star Wars content. Alright? Alright. Anything else on the Twitter? Anything new? Any new news? Except for actor Millie Bobby Brown brought some fun to the dark side at Galaxy's Edge. Guess who's not in Star Wars? Millie Bobby Brown. Somebody new needs to be in charge of the Star Wars Twitter. Because what is the point? What about High Republic? You guys into the High Republic? Anybody reading any High Republic? Anybody? Is there anybody out there reading High Republic? I got the... Let me show you what I got. I finished Light of the Jedi, finally. Actually, like a week ago. Maybe a little more. I finished Light of the Jedi. And after... I got that book like a year ago. And... please don't bring Millie Bobby Brown into Star Wars. I agree. But... Light of the Jedi finished, started it literally over a year ago, and could not get past the first couple chapters. It was just so boring. The beginning of it, not to spoil anything, but is a bunch of characters being introduced and then dying. They literally just die. So it's just hard to get past the first couple chapters. But once you do, it actually does get pretty good. I'm pretty high on the High Republic right now. I'm reading a bunch of the books now. I'm on the second one of the trilogy. There's a bunch of side books and stuff, but I'm on the second one. I'm on the Rising Storm. I don't have the book yet. I'm listening to it on Audible, but it is pretty good. I'll give it to you. It's pretty good. And there's comics to go along with it. So I'm reading the comics at the same time. Did you guys read War of the Bounty Hunter with with Boba Fett? It's pretty good. It's got Kiara. You think the sequel fans are bad? Oh god. Yes, I think the sequel fans are bad. What do you mean? Don't you think the sequel fans are bad? See, here's the thing with the sequels, alright? The sequels are not good. And most people know that they're not good. They have their moments, like, visually they're spectacular, but that's just because new technology. Story-wise, they kill off all the original characters for no purpose at all. If you think about it, Han Solo dies in the first one to, if you think about it, Han Solo dies in the first one to save Kylo Ren or Ben Solo. Luke Skywalker dies in the second one to save Ben Solo or Kylo Ren. And Leia dies in the third one to save Ben Solo or Kylo Ren. So what do? They redeem Ben Solo or Kylo Ren in the end of the trilogy. And all the original characters died for this character. And what do? They kill off Ben Solo. Genius. So pretty much the entire OG squad from the original movies dies for nothing. No reason at all. Force Awakens was okay set up, even though it was A New Hope. Yes, that is very valid. Force Awakens is nearly a copy and paste of A New Hope. You have a character who starts off on a desert planet, leaves that planet, finds a older person to guide them. They have an attack at the end on a giant planet-killing thing, the Death Star and Starkiller base. It's pretty much the exact same movie. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you on that one. But there are some good characters with the sequels. I have to play devil's advocate here. Like Kylo Ren, he's an awesome character. Like, there's no denying that. He's a cool character. But again, why kill him off at the end of the last movie? It makes no sense. It literally gives you no future. It gives you no future of these characters. And a lot of fans will say that's a good thing. I hate these characters. But Kylo Ren was good. And Babu Frick, don't even get me started. Babu Frick, come on. Yeah, that's where we're at. That is where we're at. We're talking sequels. We've gone all the way from predicting episode 6 of the Andor show to the sequels. That's where Star Wars is at right now. Not good. Not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. But I mean, whatever. Okay, back to my comics because I'm obsessed with these. War of the Bounty Hunters is good. It has Kiara. Yeah, you remember Kiara from the Solo movie? just to sell porgs. That's true. It is true. That is a fact. The Last Jedi is literally just a ploy to sell the porg toys. Now, let's be real. George Lucas did that a lot in the original trilogy. Ewoks are just there to sell Ewok toys. It's a teddy bear that saves the day. But he does it in a way where people loved the Ewoks. Ewoks are the best. Are you kidding me? Ewoks are awesome. They save the day. They make funny noises. They're literally like your teddy bear. And they're awesome. The only difference between the Ewoks and the porgs are literally just there to be there, to sell toys, to do stupid stuff and make stupid noises, where literally almost the exact same thing saves the day, makes cute noises. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Lucasfilm? Get your head out from the gutter, or however you want to say that nicely, and wake up. You're not trying to sell toys. You're not trying to do this and do that. You're trying to tell a good story. You're trying to do something fun for your fans. If you wanted to make a good sequel trilogy, you would have taken whatever George gave you and said, let's do it. And you would have put his name all over it. This is from the creator of Star Wars, George Lucas. If Darth Maul was the villain of the sequel trilogy, you can't tell me that people wouldn't love it. If Darth Talon was his apprentice, if there was a showdown between Luke and Darth Maul in a Rise of Skywalker end game type thing, you can't tell me that wouldn't be epic. If Luke Skywalker had his Jedi temple, if Leia was in charge of the Senate, if Han Solo was the best captain around, come on. Rise of Skywalker was okay, but in the shadow of The Last Jedi, it has to save the sequels. I agree with you. I honestly, of all the sequels, The Force Awakens is a good start. The Last Jedi is ridiculous. And Rise of Skywalker, you just said it perfectly. Rise of Skywalker is just a goobly glub, thrown together, very fast-paced movie because of The Last Jedi. It has to fix so many problems that occur in The Last Jedi that make no sense at all. Luke Skywalker dying, Luke Skywalker's rejecting the Force forever, just the entire throwing away of Luke Skywalker's character. But even characters like Rey's training, Rey's lack of training, Rey having no parents that mean anything to anybody, and being a Palpatine. She wasn't a Palpatine in The Last Jedi. Coming up with the fact that she's a Palpatine was probably the last thing that they needed. It was the only thing to save Rey's character, but they had to throw in Palpatine. They had to bring Palpatine back in the very last movie. I keep saying this, and I'll say it till the day I die. The sequels would have been good if they had a plan from the start to bring back Palpatine. You could have Palpatine be your big bad in the sequels. You could do that, like they did. But if you had planned that from the beginning, then it would make a lot more sense. Are you with me? Palpatine is there from the beginning. It would make so much more sense. If you think about it, Palpatine could have survived the fall. What? And he could have been around during the sequels. But that's not what they planned from the beginning. When The Force Awakens came out, there was nobody in that room saying, oh, Palpatine is definitely alive right now. Let's bring him back. No, we got this new bad guy, Snoke. And he's going to be around for a while. So we're going to go with him. Yes? Are you with me? So if Palpatine was the main bad guy of the sequel trilogy, it would be so much better. So much better. And technically you could say he is. Every voice you've ever heard. No, that was never the plan from the beginning. Rey was never a Palpatine from the beginning. It doesn't make any sense. It's a goobly globbly mess that was thrown together at the last minute called The Rise of Skywalker. If you watch The Rise of Skywalker, it should be the entire sequel trilogy. From start to finish, it has more going on than the whole first two movies combined. So that's where I'm at with the sequels. I don't know how this turned into a sequel stream, but it always seems to do that. Alright, we're going to wrap up the Andor predictions and get on out of here because I got things to do. Gotta get ready for Andor tomorrow. It's getting hype, and I can't wait. Alright, Derpy Gaming, last in today. Babu Frick was the only delight I had from episode 9. The only emotion I was Leia's death, of course. I did shed a tear because she was our princess, and that her character deserved better. I completely agree. Her character deserved so much better, and the way she died was just, it wasn't even good. Somehow Disney cash grabs have returned, yes, and I really hope that that's not the case with the Andor episode 6. To wrap it all back up, episode 6 of the Andor show, get hyped. I actually think we're going to turn it around. It's not going to be a cash grab. It's actually going to be a good story. They're going to infiltrate this base on Aldhani. They're going to escape. Maybe some rebels will die. Maybe we'll see Saw Gerrera. Maybe we'll see some senators like Sly Moore on Coruscant, and we'll have a lot of fun with it. All right, I'm going to get on out of here. You guys have been fantastic today. Love to see activity in the chat, be able to bounce off of. But we'll be here every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Get excited, because Cassian Andor episode 6 is tomorrow. I will be breaking it down for you. I'll be doing all that fun stuff. But I'm getting on out of here. So may the Force be with you guys. Always.